Okay, I'd like to explain about stick grip. There are two main grips that drummers use, and the first one is match grip, where both the sticks are held in the right and the left hand identically, such as this. The second kind of grip is traditional grip, where the stick is held in the left hand like this. Holding the stick in traditional grip takes a little bit of time to develop, so I'm just going to show you how I've developed my left hand traditional grip and some interesting points that you can use to develop your left hand traditional grip. Okay, the first thing is that the arm should be bent into a right angle. Okay, here. The hand should be facing forward and should be out straight with the wrist straight. Okay, not like this or down, the wrist should be straight. You then place the stick into the hand at a 45-degree angle from the fingers. There. So that's your 45-degree angle. Okay. The distance from the butt of the stick to the grip point should be 5 to 6 centimetres. Then you bring two fingers over the stick and two fingers under the stick. Now, two very important points at this juncture when we're learning traditional grip. The first one is that the thumb needs to face upwards, and the first joint of the thumb will touch the first joint of the first finger, okay? Just there. The second finger then comes and just literally rests very, very lightly on top of the stick, okay? The second and another very important point is that the stick needs to rest on top of the first part of the third finger, just there, okay? So the stick is in the hand like that. Now, when I open the stick out, when I open the fingers out from the stick, I can do that and it feels very, very natural. That's another quite important thing you need to be thinking about when you're learning traditional grip. This has to feel very natural for you. It has to feel very natural and you have to be very relaxed when playing it. So, with the thumb pointed, we can start thinking about just making an initial stroke or a wrist turn. And what we do is we bring the stick up at this point, coming up to there. Now that's the tip. The tip has come from the head of the drum and gone through a plane of motion, a singular plane of motion. So I'm now just going to bring it back down. Okay, tip to the head of the drum, a singular plane of motion. Okay, also when I'm looking at the hand from the player's angle, these two fingers, the first finger and the third finger, are in line. So if you can just see that, they're in line. If I put my finger there, we'll bring the stick over, you can see that the first finger and the third finger are absolutely in line, and that's another very important point. And this helps the stick balance in the hand, and it also helps the overall control. So, okay, and that is how to hold the stick using the traditional grip. Okay, so match grip. Match grip is a very, very commonly used grip for drum players, drum set players. And as the name suggests, it means that both hands are doing the same thing. So I'm going to explain the grip using my right hand. And what I want you to do is I want you to apply all those principles and do exactly the same thing with your left hand. And obviously vice versa if you're a left-handed player. So, match grip. Same principle again. We bring the arm into a right angle. Okay, and we just allow the hands to be nice and relaxed at this point and fall naturally to the floor there. Okay, we place the stick in the hand in the most natural way we possibly could and simply grip. What's very, very important here is that the hand and the first finger do not grip the stick tightly at this point. We let it just hold in the hand very, very naturally. If you notice here, there's a slight gap as well between the thumb and the first finger and the sort of the top point of the hand. From underneath, the stick will look like this. So what you have is you have the last three fingers of the hand gripping the stick. That's very, very important because I've seen some students who come to me for lessons and they hold the stick like this. And the obvious disadvantage is the fact that you don't have as much control over the stick as you would if you were holding the sticks in this way. So I prefer to teach my students to hold the stick using the entire hand. It gives you more control. The next most important thing is that the first finger, and I'll just bring the hand around to that angle, the first finger almost drips away from the drumstick, okay? Falls off the edge, and that just stays there. So if I take the fingers away, you can see that the stick just touches the first joint, okay? So there, wrap the 3 fingers round. The thumb falls just below the first finger, doesn't go above it like that, just falls underneath it. And what you do is, if I just do that with my right hand as I'm holding the match grip there, the stick is nice and loose and relaxed. And I'm going to make the point again, and this is very, very important. If you're playing match grip, holding the stick using all the digits of the hand will give you the maximum control. But you can see, just by me doing that and letting the stick move within the hand, within the framework of my hand, that the stick is relaxed and the stick is nice and free to move. But because you have all 3 fingers holding the stick and the thumb and the first finger, you've got maximum control. So when we have a look at how we make a stroke here, just a full stroke or a wrist turn, the stick does exactly the same thing in principle as the left hand did. The left hand moved through a plane of motion and came down. It came down and straight, like that. Well, the right hand stick, or the match grip stick, is going to do exactly the same thing. So there's my tip. Okay? And that's a basic synopsis of stick grip. I hold my sticks traditional grip. Some players hold their sticks match grip. It's very, very important, whichever grip you choose to use, that both the right hand and the left hand produce an even stroke, an even sound, and they essentially do exactly the same thing. There's a brief explanation of grip for you.